Welcome back. You're tuned in to Currency Call. So let's take it straight to Japan first, where of course the yen was in focus, hovering near record highs against the dollar today. Speculators are building bearish bets against the US currency right now, keeping alive the risk of intervention by the Bank of Japan to stem the yen's rise. So you did have the yen, of course, trading close to 76.25 earlier. Right now, pulling back a little bit, trading at about 78 to the dollar. The shock of Friday's massive earthquake and tsunami, of course, and now the threat of a nuclear disaster has kept the currency markets tense. Let's get a focus on the rupee as well, that continues to remain weak against the dollar, tracking the fall in the domestic stock markets today and other Asian peers as well. So let's take a look at where the rupee is trading as well. Markets have largely ignored the central bank rate hike today, and in Europe, though, the euro is holding on to its gains against the dollar. The Swiss franc is also little changed after the Swiss National Bank held interest rates today, and the dollar index is also trading lower today. Let's in fact go across to our currency markets guest. We're chatting with PRAMIT BRAHMBHATT, the CEO of Alpari Forex, joining us in Mumbai. Hi PRAMIT, now the yen of course skyrocketed to the 76.25 level versus the dollar today before pulling back to the 78-79 levels right now. Do you see the yen breaching the 76 level again in the near term?
Well, as we have seen that the dollar reached 76 mark, and that was a record-breaking mark for yen itself. But as we have seen that the Bank of Japan has done the intervention due to the speculative trading coming from the consortium of traders, and who would like to push yen in the opposite direction, because after the tsunami, as it was expected that yen will get weaker due to the effect on the exports of Japanese economy, and that's why Bank of Japan has to do the intervention. But totally in a different direction, yen is moving, and as it's been said by Bank of Japan, that is due to the speculative trading. It is not expected it go back to 76 level, but contrary to it, we'll see that yen will get weaker as the aftermath of the tsunami.
Right, Pramit, but do you expect the Bank of Japan to intervene soon and cap the yen's rise?
Well, I would not say they are going to intervene, but they are going to keep a check on the speculative trading rather than doing the intervention. So if they can stop the speculative trading and stop the particular dealers to drive the yen into the wrong direction, yen is not going to get stronger than what we can see now.
Okay, on to the other currencies, considering that the currency markets have remained tense and under pressure from the crisis in Japan and of course what's happening in the Middle East, which currencies are you betting big on right now?
Well, as we have seen that Swiss franc particularly got stronger due to the Middle East crisis, considering as a safe haven, because at that particular point of time US dollar was not doing well, as well as the euro was not doing well, and now we have seen that Japan has also joined the party in terms of the crisis. So it looks like that the Swiss franc will be the choice currency for the investor to consider as a safe haven.
A word on the rupee as well, trading lower today in line with the equity markets, but you are looking at most currency markets looking out for the dollar to fall overseas, and that should probably help the rupee. Do you subscribe to this view, and how are you viewing the rupee in the near term?
Well, it's not very much correlated as if you try to compare the euro dollar and pound dollar against the dollar INR, because there is a pressure point in the European economy as well as in British economy. There is a high inflation rate, and which can trigger the rise of interest rate in very near future. While in India we have seen that the interest rate is keep rising from the regular period of 25 basis point, and even today's rise was not surprise. It was already been incorporated into the pricing. So rupee is going to get weaker in coming time due to the two aspects. One is due to the weaker stock market, and another is due to the global economic crisis. Dollar will be considered as a safe haven.
How are you looking at the dollar, Pramit? Today you are looking at the dollar index of about 1% almost. The index of course has seen a volatile trade in the past few weeks. What's your call there?
Well, I would say that the dollar index is overall going to get weaker, as we have seen that all the major currencies like euro, yen, Swiss franc and the sterling pound is getting stronger against the dollar as a currency pair. So it is going to make the index weaker.
All right, Pramit, many thanks for joining us on the show and sharing your strategies for the currency markets. Well, that wraps up Currency Call as well as Business Day, but do stay tuned. We've got the latest business headlines coming up.